please don't start a short form content agency, mate. It's not a good idea. I'm going to walk you through in this video why you shouldn't, but I also want to explain something. I have no incentive to tell you to start or not start a short form content agency. My company works with agency owners, whether they're marketing agency owners, short form content agency owners, OnlyFans agency owners, I don't care. Whatever agency you run, we help people get clients. I have no incentive to lie to you and tell you that you should start a short form content agency, because whether you start one or not has no bearing on my ability to make money. So I can tell you the objective truth, all right? And I believe the short form content agency niche or starting a short form content agency is not a good idea. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. I made a video on this like a couple of months ago. I'm going to do it again because I want to warn you away from it. Right, I'm going to start by saying that I'm not here to deny that content is useful. Content's amazing. Content's made me millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it will continue to make me millions, probably even hundreds of millions. So I'm not here telling you that shorts are bad or TikToks are bad or Instagrams are bad. They are necessary and vital to the growth of a company, and they are useful. But that doesn't mean that starting a short form content agency is a good idea. Just because a certain method of advertising is good doesn't mean that you should necessarily start a business that facilitates that. Let me explain. So the first thing, right, I'm going to go through a couple of points here, probably three. The first thing is the skill issue, right? The skill issue. It doesn't require any skill to get good at making short form content. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. Anyone and their mum and their uncle and their dad and probably their dog can grab a quick clip, put some yellow subtitles over it, put some random emojis and shake the screen and put some music in the background. Anyone. There is no skill cap. So you cannot, with your business, listen to me, this is the point, the critical point, the point of critical reasoning. This whole model falls apart with a simple question. How do you differentiate yourself from other people that offer the same service? How? What can you do to make yourself different to people in your niche? You cannot do it through skill, because the barrier to entry or the barrier to development for the skill is so low. Anyone can learn how to do it in pretty much 2 days. So this is the point of critical reasoning, understand this, the only real way in 6 months' time that people will be able to differentiate their services with shorts and short form content is probably the price. That's what it comes down to. It is a race to the bottom. When businesses are developed, I'm going to give you an example in a second as well. When businesses develop and when niches emerge where the barrier to develop the skill is low, the only method of differentiation and quality is price. Look at the logo game. When you look at logos or fucking websites or anything, you can go and buy a website now for like $100 off Fiverr and it might actually be half decent. You can go and get a logo for literally the website's called Fiverr, for crying out loud. Same with YouTube thumbnails. There's a reason why most people only pay their thumbnailers like $10 to $20 per thumbnail, because there are thousands of people willing to do it dirt cheap, right? So maybe I'm not seeing something. Perhaps I'm wrong, right? But I'm not lying. This is the funny thing is I made the video a while ago. Everyone said I lied about making short form. Technically, I basically made a video saying short form content agencies are bad. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, Charlie lied about this. It's like, no, you can say Charlie's wrong, but to say he lied is actually like dishonest. Because if you're lying, lying denotes that you're speaking something that you don't believe to be true. I believe this to be true. So I'm not lying about thinking that a short form content agency is bad. Perhaps your opinion of me is that I'm wrong, but don't tell me I fucking lied, because that's not what I did, right? So this is the first thing, right? Now, the second thing is because there is no barrier to skill, the volume of other people in this niche is fucking ridiculous, right? As a content creator, I have received in the last 30 days, oh God, I don't even know, probably like at least 100 people through email or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or wherever. At least 100 people have reached out to me saying they can create short form content for me. And maybe at least 30 or 40 of them have sent me an example of their work and said they'd even do the first 10 for free to get into the door. You can't create a compelling offer around short form content. You cannot tangibly, reliably guarantee a predictable output. Now, does short form content help people make money and grow? Yes. Can you reliably and predictably attach a tangible outcome to create a compelling sales argument to short form content? No. Because you can't guarantee subscribers, you can't guarantee views, you can't guarantee traffic. Because you are at the mercy of YouTube's algorithm, or TikTok's algorithm, or Instagram's algorithm. You can create the best shorts in the world, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to grow the channel. You can't guarantee that, right? Now, if someone buys my thing, I can guarantee that they sign a specific amount of clients, and I even do this because the cause to effect relationships of their behavior are in my control, right? I'm not at the mercy of an algorithm if I'm sending cold emails, or maybe I am if I'm doing ads, but besides the point, right? So the sheer amount of people in here is ridiculous. Now, if you are a genius, right, and if you have 200 IQ and you can find a way to position yourself in a way that doesn't merge into this just fucking sea of people, then maybe you have a chance of making it with short form. I just don't get it, man. Just a shred of critical thinking will make you realize that this model cannot work, because it's a skill issue. Quite literally is a skill issue. Now, look at this. I'm going to take one of my videos here and put it into this software. This is Opus Clip, which is one of probably a dozen AI-generated short-form things. Here's the thing. When you have a skill issue, right, and what I mean by a skill issue is when there's a low developmental skill, artificial intelligence will basically replace you. Because when you remove the need for a human to think, what happens is artificial intelligence will do the thinking for you. So I'm going to give this 8 minutes, and I'm going to come back 6 minutes now. Do you see this? This is, and then we're going to watch some of the clips to see how it generates. Now, the funny thing about this is maybe the clips that it generates aren't perfect, right? Maybe that they're not going to be absolutely bang on perfect. But if they're 80% as good as what you could get by paying someone for short form, then it's worthwhile. So I'm going to pause this. I'll come back to you in 5 minutes. All right, so that took all of 4 to 5 minutes, and we now have 4 shorts, right? Now, obviously, using this software, you're going to have to pay if you want more. But let's just take a look at this preview, right? Low resolution preview of what this has created in literally 4 minutes.
What you want to do instead is reshape your perspective and start seeing money as XP points. And the monthly revenue that your company is at denotes the level you're at as a business owner and as a video game character, right? So for example, I'm currently at $500,000 a month. I want to get to $1 million a month, and I should be there in the next 3 to 6 months, basically. And in order for me to do that, I need to solve different challenges, have a different perspective, and level up, right? And so as we progress through business, we make more money. And the more money we make, the more experience we gain. And if you're like a billionaire, then you're like at the top of the game. In RuneScape, you're at level 126, right? What you want to do...
We're in fucking trouble, mate. If you watch that and you still genuinely believe that in a year's time there will be this is the first gen of AI for short form, so that's in its worst form possible, and that short there is better than pretty much every single short I've received from people in the last month saying they want to do it for me. Dude, 12 months, short form content is dead. The short form content agency model will die a pretty painful death. Just fucking don't get it, mate. Subscribe if you're new. If you want more clients, there's a link in the description. I love you, mate, and I don't want this to become. I don't want this to be like I'm not attacking anyone. Like I said, I'm not trying to shame anyone for telling people to start short form content agencies. This is my honest opinion. I see it as a big problem, and I see a lot of people, thousands of people who are good, honest people who want to create good, honest businesses, getting themselves into some serious trouble by following this.
But instead of playing video games, I play business. And in this video,
is it perfect? No.
Through how if you treat your business like a video game, and more.
But is it pretty much bang on 80% of the time? Yes. Good luck.